The story begins with a military dog named Max leading a group of American soldiers through a remote area of Afghanistan. As they entered a village, the locals immediately started shouting anti-American slogans. While sniffing around, Max led his handler, Kyle, to a small house. He kept scratching and sniffing at a carpet for several minutes until he uncovered a hidden compartment beneath it. Inside were illegal guns and weapons. It became clear that the villagers were secretly supplying weapons to terrorists. After completing the mission, Kyle returned to base and video called his parents, Ray and Pamela. Ray was a retired army officer, and both parents loved Max almost as much as they loved Kyle. However, Kyle's younger brother, Justin, never showed much interest in dogs. A few days later, Kyle was summoned by his senior officers. He learned that several of the weapons his team had confiscated had mysteriously disappeared before reaching headquarters. The military suspected that someone on Kyle's team was stealing them. As Kyle investigated, he discovered that his best friend, Tyler, was responsible. Not wanting to ruin their friendship, Kyle decided to give Tyler one chance to come clean and change his ways. The next day, Kyle and his team headed out on another mission. Max led them across an open field before suddenly stopping. Kyle confronted Tyler and told him that he knew everything about his illegal weapon smuggling operation. Instead of apologizing, Tyler told Kyle to keep his mouth shut and focus on the mission. As Max continued moving forward, the soldiers suddenly triggered a series of hidden landmines planted by terrorists. Explosions erupted across the battlefield, throwing the entire squad into chaos. When Kyle saw one of his men in danger, he rushed forward to save him. He asked Tyler to provide covering fire, but Tyler betrayed him and hid behind a large rock instead. Tragically, Kyle was killed while fighting the enemy. Soon afterward, military officers visited Kyle's family to deliver the devastating news. His parents and Justin were heartbroken. The entire family gathered at the church for Kyle's funeral. Max was also brought to the ceremony. Having lost the person he loved most, the loyal dog was overwhelmed with grief. He quietly sat beside Kyle's coffin throughout the service. When the funeral ended, the officers attempted to take Max back to the military kennel, but he resisted and refused to leave. Spotting Justin, Max walked over to him. In Justin, he seemed to see a reflection of his beloved owner. Nevertheless, Justin allowed the officers to take Max away in their van. The following day, Justin sat alone in Kyle's room, looking through old photographs. His father tried to comfort him, but Justin, consumed by grief and anger, blamed him for Kyle's death. At that moment, Pamela informed them that the military had decided to euthanize Max. Without wasting a second, the family rushed to the military dog center. There, they learned that Max had become extremely aggressive and uncontrollable after Kyle's death. Traumatized and heartbroken, he attacked anyone who came near him. But the moment Justin stepped into the room, Max immediately calmed down and quietly sat on the floor. Max obeyed Justin's commands because he looked a lot like Kyle. Seeing how comfortable Max was around him, the family decided to adopt the dog. However, when they got home, Ray insisted that Max was still a highly trained military dog and could be dangerous, so he wasn't allowed inside the house. Instead, they tied him up in the backyard. That night, Max barked non-stop. The noise was so loud that it disturbed both the family and the neighbors. Reluctantly, Justin went outside to check on him. The moment Max saw Justin, he stopped barking. In fact, he refused to let Justin leave. Eventually, Justin lay down beside him the same way Kyle used to. After Justin fell asleep, Max spent the entire night guarding him. The next morning, Justin met his friends Chewie and Carmen. Carmen loved dogs and had experience training them. When Justin admitted that Max was becoming difficult to handle, Carmen offered to help. The following day, she and Chewie came over and taught Justin how to approach military dogs properly and how to control them. After only a few hours of practice, Justin was confidently taking Max for walks. One evening, while the family was having dinner, Max suddenly started barking furiously outside. A moment later, the doorbell rang. When Justin opened the door, he was surprised to see Tyler standing there. Kyle's parents were happy to see him. Tyler explained that he had been injured during the mission and had returned home to recover. Later, they introduced him to Maximum. The instant Max saw Tyler, he became extremely aggressive. Barking wildly, he completely lost control. Max even snapped his chain and lunged at Tyler. Justin and Carmen barely managed to restrain him and save Tyler from being attacked. The truth was that Max had never forgotten Kyle's death. Deep down, he still carried a burning desire for revenge against Tyler. The next day, when Justin returned from a walk with Max, he noticed a large kennel in the yard. His mother explained that it was for Max, so he couldn't attack anyone else. Meanwhile, Tyler asked Ray for permission to do some work at his warehouse. Since Ray had always treated Tyler like a second son, he gladly agreed. Later, Ray asked him about the mission in which Kyle died. Tyler put on a convincing act and told a heartbreaking story. According to him, Max had caused the tragedy. He claimed that the dog had entered a dangerous area despite Kyle's warnings and that Kyle had been killed while trying to save him. Hearing this, Ray became furious. Believing Max was responsible for his son's death, he grabbed his rifle and rushed outside, determined to shoot the dog. Just as he was about to pull the trigger, Justin arrived and stopped him in time. The following day, Justin visited the military dog center. There, he met Sergeant Reyes, one of Kyle's friends. Reyes told him that Max was one of the finest military dogs the army had ever trained. In his opinion, there was no way Max could have caused Kyle's death. Reyes also revealed something shocking: Tyler had never been injured at all. In fact, he had been suspended from duty. Later, Justin watched old mission footage with Chewie and Carmen. The video showed how loyal Max had always been to Kyle. After seeing the evidence, Justin became convinced that Max could not possibly be responsible for what had happened. Soon afterward, Chewie received a phone call. During the conversation, Justin overheard Tyler's name and immediately grew suspicious. Once Chewie and Carmen left, Justin decided to investigate. Taking Max with him, he secretly followed Tyler. After a while, they arrived deep in the woods, where Tyler was meeting several men. It soon became clear that the men were there to buy weapons from him. At that moment, Justin finally understood the truth. Tyler had been smuggling the illegal weapons he acquired in Afghanistan and selling them in the United States. At that moment, the smuggler's guard dogs heard Max barking and immediately charged after him. Outnumbered, Max found himself facing two vicious attack dogs alone. Despite the odds, he managed to fight them off and escape with Justin. Luckily, they reached a nearby highway, where a kind woman gave them a ride home. When Justin arrived, he discovered that Tyler and his partner, Emilio, were already there. After spotting Justin's bicycle near the woods, they had realized he knew about their illegal weapons operation. To cover his tracks, Tyler showed everyone a fake injury on his arm and blamed Max for attacking him. He then complained to Justin's parents and insisted that Max needed to be sent away immediately. When Justin refused, Tyler pulled him aside and threatened to kill his entire family if he told anyone the truth. Terrified for his family's safety, Justin reluctantly agreed to send Max away. A short time later, officers from the military dog center arrived and took Max back. Meanwhile, Tyler returned to work. When Ray asked why he had been using the storage unit without permission, Tyler lied and claimed that a friend was borrowing the space. In reality, he had been using it to hide and store illegal weapons. Back at the dog center, Max became completely uncontrollable. He attacked a security guard, slipped past the staff, and escaped. That night, Ray tried talking to Justin. He could tell that his son was hiding something, but Justin was too frightened to reveal the truth. Later, Ray went to check on the storage unit. There, he caught Tyler and Emilio red-handed while they were loading guns into a truck. Before he could do anything, the criminals held him at gunpoint and took him hostage. Around the same time, the family received a text message claiming that Ray would be spending the night at his hunting cabin. The problem was that, according to the family, Ray didn't own a hunting cabin. Realizing something was wrong, Justin, Chewie, and Carmen set out to find him. When they arrived at the storage unit, they found the lock broken. Max sniffed the damaged lock and picked up Ray's scent, leading them toward the wilderness. After searching throughout the night, they finally reached a remote location. There, they found Tyler and his associates conducting a large weapons deal. Ray was sitting captive inside one of their vehicles. While Justin and Chewie secretly watched Tyler, Carmen hurried away to call the police. Unfortunately, Tyler's guard dogs picked up Justin's scent and charged toward him. Once again, Max stepped in and defeated both dogs. At the same time, Tyler and Emilio chased Justin through the forest. Taking advantage of the distraction, Ray attacked Emilio and managed to free himself. Soon, Max and Justin reunited with Ray. Father and son were overwhelmed with relief to see each other alive, but the danger wasn't over yet. They decided to split up and escape through different routes to confuse Tyler. Meanwhile, Emilio got into his car and began searching for them. When he spotted Ray, he tried to run him over. Ray fired his rifle in self-defense, causing the vehicle to crash beneath a bridge and explode. Elsewhere, Tyler finally caught Justin. Furious that Justin had ruined his weapons deal, Tyler prepared to kill him. At that exact moment, Max launched himself at Tyler. The loyal dog tackled him and sent both of them tumbling down a riverbank beneath the bridge. Just in time, Carmen arrived with the police. The officers arrested Tyler and the rest of the criminals, bringing the entire operation to an end. In the final scene, Justin and Max stand together beside Kyle's grave. Justin thanks his brother for everything and, for the first time, proudly salutes him. When they return home, their family and friends welcome them back with open arms. Max is no longer forced to stay outside. Ray announces that from now on, Max will live inside the house as a true member of the family. At last, the family feels whole again.